Welcome to our podcast, designed for psychologists, therapists, and counsellors who want to take their business online and live a soul-nourished and profitable life without compromise. If you want to know the secrets used by practitioners just like you to navigate the global e-learning market successfully, then you're in the right place. I'm Dr. Tilean, chartered psychologist, business mentor, and your host, and welcome to the Abundant Practitioner Podcast. Repeatable sales system. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. Okay. So what do I mean about this, right? A lot of the time people come into business and they are developing their business in a sense of when I have a sale, right? Or sales, they'll just come, right? And they're not really thinking strategically around how do I build my business in a way that it has repeatable sales systems. What are the benefits of doing that, right? The benefits of doing that is that you can therefore forecast, right, with your business. You can make some decisions around actually, this is what the business kind of looks like moving forward in terms of how much revenue is coming in, how much expenses is going out, what my profit margin looks like, right? And so one of the things that I am really hot on is not just helping practitioners just build a business, but helping practitioners build a scalable business model, right? Which gives them the ability to have room for them to enjoy life, right? You'll see the toys in the background, right? I have two children, okay, a 1-year-old almost and a 5-year-old, all right? And so it's, and even if you don't have children, right? I had my business way before children, right? Having time to be able to pour into things that really serve me, right, and keep me soul nourished was really, really important. Also, being able to pour into things that are going to help you as a business owner is really, really important. Being a business owner and running a business is not just about servicing your clients, right? Although that's a great part of it. But there's also responsibility of training yourself, right? Keeping your own trainings up to date, right? There's also a responsibility of there's like, data you got to look at, right? And reports you got to write, right? There are things that you want to be putting in place to ensure that you are being a responsible business owner. And there is also servicing people that are potentially going to become clients, right? And so it's making space for all of that. And so if I'm just scrambling around being like, oh, I don't know where my kind of sales are coming from, or I don't create a repeatable sales system and put things in place, right? You are left feeling less soul nourished. Okay. And so I would like you to move forward and create a soul nourished and profitable business. Okay. And so you've got to be thinking about all of those things. And one of those things is by having a repeatable sales system. Right. And so sometimes people build their businesses and they're like, oh, I've got this idea this week, right? And then this month, why don't I try this package? And then next month, why don't I try putting this out? And they're coming up with ideas after ideas after ideas, sometimes because that people have a varying levels of the need for variety. Right. So, depending on who you are, right? Some of you like to know what's happening and do the same thing over and over again, right? And refine it and make it better and see it evolve. And sometimes people have a real great need for variety. They just love to do different things, right? Yeah. And I would encourage, if that's something that resonates with you and you're like, that's me, right? You pointed me out there, Tilean, right? I would encourage that you do that one, either outside your business, or if it's inside your business, then maybe that's in your marketing, right? But it's not in your sales and how you help your clients. That how you help your clients, you really create something that's amazing, that's transformational, that is really exactly what they need, right? And it can have bespoke elements, but you really bring people in there. And so you create repeatable sales systems that lead people into a signature offer, into a core offer, into a core experience, right? And so you reduce the need to be like every week or every month creating a new offer, or let me try and put this together, or let me try and put that together. And you become really focused on building out your core offer, right? And bringing people into that core experience, which is really transformational, that's going to help them, right? It's really going to make the biggest difference. Because like I've said before, if you've been around me for any length of time, is that really whatever your business, right? Whether you are helping women reinvent themselves the next season of their life, whether you are helping parents in how they are parenting their children, right? Whether you are helping Christian leaders, right? I know, Trez, that's your area, right? Of what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're doing. The transformation is going to take more than one session, right? And so it's going to take more than reading an ebook, right? It's going to take more than download my 4-part series on whatever, right? Yeah. So like, what is it going to take? And make that your offering and bring people into your offering. And yes, there's going to be a varying time scale of how long that transformation takes, right? That transformation might take months, it might take years, right? But having the ability for them being able to continue, right? A repeatable sales system for them to have the transformation becomes much more in integrity to what transformation is about, right? And so it's about really setting your business up for success, setting your clients up for success, right? By having these repeatable systems. And so that's the first thing, is like, am I creating my business where I have a core offering that provides a transformation, right? And sales into that offering can happen at any given moment, right? And so this is one of the things that I would strongly advise you considering with your core offering, is that you don't have necessarily a fixed start date of like, if somebody needs help, they're not like, hey, okay, wait until September and come and see me then, right? Or you're like, hey, wait until January and come and see me then. But you're like, okay, what's your timeline on starting and getting going with this? Great, we can start then, right? And so you work with the client in terms of what makes sense for their personal transformation, right? And you recognize that actually by building community where people are at different varying degrees and stages, that can have a big benefit on the community itself, right? And so as you hear, I'm talking a community, right? So I talk about the one-to-many approach because community has so much power, right? It has so much benefit in supporting and being in community. Now your process might be one-on-one, but that's going to have a cap and a limit, right? And so unless you start like branching out and hiring people that they manage other one-on-ones or whatever, right? But it's a whole different scaling game, as opposed to where you build a community, which can still have one-to-one elements if you would like it to. But people can come in at different varying levels and see other people that are being supported with that same challenge that they are working through, right? So there's benefit in that. And then how it benefits you is you have the ability as well to take people into this core offering at any given point, any given month, any given week, any given day, right? So now you have the open ability to enroll into your program at any given point, right? So that again is another great factor of a repeatable sales system. Can somebody come in at any point, right? And how they come in, yeah, they may come into your offering and pay in full, right? But they may come into the offering and maybe you have a flexible payment option where they can pay monthly, right? And so you could have 2 different payment options. Again, how does this give you a repeatable sales process cycle? Is because if they pay in full, you know the terms of what they're for. And so you can average it out for over that term. You become predictable. You're able to really see ahead. If they're doing a payment plan, again, you know the terms and you're able to see ahead, right? But they're coming in for a transformation, when transformation doesn't just happen in one session, transformation doesn't just happen in 1 month, right? So you're given an idea of actually, we're going to start the transformation maybe around 8 weeks, maybe around 12 weeks, maybe around 16 weeks, maybe around a year, depending on your particular offering, right? Our academy is a year-long program where we help practitioners sometimes go from scratch with their business. They have zero idea on even what their mission is, right? They have zero idea on how to build a business, and we take them and help them start that from the very start, right? And we have some people coming in and they have started their business, right? But they recognize, you know what, I want to do it in just a much more aligned way, and the way you teach and what you offer just feels really connected with me. I want to be supported in the way that you do things, okay? But they come in and they have the ability to pay in full, or they have the ability to do a payment plan, right? And so that as well helps you have a repeatable sales system by giving option, okay? So by giving options. Yeah, so that's the other thing that I wanted to bring up there as the main things, right? The other thing that I want to mention as well before we have a discussion about this is things like educational events, right? Might heard of them being called webinars. What did I hear the other day? Livenars or something. You know, marketing always coming up with these terms, right? Challenges, right? You know, events, right? So teachings, right? Workshops, right? So trainings, whatever that is, right? In terms of the marketing side of things, of being able to put together an educational event that then helps you articulate how you can help people and who you help and what you help them with, right? And it also gives you an opportunity to be able to introduce your core offer or your offerings, right? And so this is very important about having events that, again, you know, unless you have this real super high need for variety, that you are repeating them and you are allowing these events to evolve and get better, that you are getting the feedback, you're seeing what the data is from these events, you are starting to understand how to navigate the events, what works, does this ad work, does this registration page work, what this is. So these are all the things when I'm helping practitioners build out a sales system, right? And we are looking at helping them put together their masterclass and get people to it, or put together an event or a workshop or whatever. We have to do it in a way where we understand that the data shows that this is a highly converting educational event. And that requires doing that. If you know, if you're going to create something that is a highly converting educational event and that is valuable, right? Why would you not do it again? Right? My 5-day business experience, I offer that probably around, you know, a few times a year, right? And so why would I not offer that again if I know how much value it pours out into the marketplace, right? And if I know how much value it pours out to the point that people are like, yeah, my next step is the academy. That's where I need to go, right? So you want to be making sure that your marketing is aligned and you're not like, you know, every week, every month trying something new, right? Even when you know what you know works, right? So that can be a self-sabotage pattern, right? When you get something working, oh my God, how many times have I had to catch a client and we've like got something working and their brain wants to like just be like, I can't, like, I had a client the other day and he said to me, she goes, Tilean, I feel so guilty. I feel so bad. And I was like, about what? And she was like, I literally love working with my clients, right? They're getting amazing results, right? They're paying per transformation. They're happy to pay per transformation, right? Their lives are getting transformed. I feel guilty because it feels so good. I actually feel like I shouldn't even be doing this, right? And this is where self-sabotage can kick in if you don't have that support, because the rule that might be wired in your brain is like, work should be hard, work should be a grind, work should be a hustle, work should be draining, right? So if you are working in a place of purpose and flow and there is work to do, like she works very, you know, hard, right? She rolls up her sleeves and does the thing, right? But if we don't work on that mindset piece as well, you will break down your repeatable sales system, because it will be like, you're not meant to have this, right? You're not meant to have this. So we will stop enrolling, right? We will stop doing the things, and slowly but surely, right, that business then goes out of business. And that's how a lot of businesses, they start and they don't last after 1 year, they don't last after 3 years, they don't last after 5 years, because it's not necessarily about the market, right? It's not necessarily about what they're doing. A lot of the times it's around their psychology, right? 80% or more of business success is around your psychology, your identity, your mindset, right? So it's very important to ensure that you're setting yourself up for success and you are investing in the things that are helping you generate new clients and retain your current clients, right? And you see those things as investments, positive investments. Expenses are things that don't necessarily directly relate to that, right? So like a brand new, beautiful desk, right? Or, a fun photo shoot, right? Yeah. Like, so you want to be thinking about, whereas like mentorship, right? Like having that coaching is supporting you to have those things, right? Having systems in place is supporting you to have those things, right? So this is the other thing, like you want to be able to, for a repeatable sales system, right, be making sure that you are creating a highly valuable converting educational component in your marketing, and you repeat that. You can only make sure it's highly converting and valuable by repeating that. And once you get it to that level, you need to repeat it. Okay. And so that is really like two of the main points I want to start with. And I'm kind of going to stop here, and we can do the elements around sales and sales consultations on another session. But yeah, I think we should start with this, right? Because understanding like how you are, like where you are taking your clients, what kind of service, how they are paying, and how you bring them in is like the core foundation of setting up a repeatable sales system. Okay, so I hope this training has served you greatly. And yeah, we'll stop there, right?